Big up, everybody. You know what it is. It's your boy MarkN, MUFC fan, and you know how we do it right now. It's the morning views, just a bit about midday. You know how it is going. You know, my time is a little bit ahead of yours, but it's still midday where you are, I'm sure. Bang on. Hope you're having a good one. Big up to you for the guys coming in. Big up to you, Compost Smurf, always on Sancho time, bro. He's a Trini, you know what I'm saying? We can't help it. It's just the way we are, bro. GB knows what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Big up to you, Danny B coming in. Big up to you, Yarli Malmin. Yeah, bro, I'm not liking it. We're going to talk about that at the end of the show. Big up to you, Jay. Hope you're good this morning, my bro. And certainly, but not least, big up to you, Mental Ball Game. What's good? What's good? I got my buddy coming in right just now from down under, Sachev, Kenny Fan TV on the villain arc. Smashed it on KG's Reckless Delegation this morning. He's going to come in with the same energy. But right before he comes in and gives his point of view, I'm just going to, bring this article so everyone could see what's happening right now. This is according to reports what is transpiring now with Eric Ten Hag and the management as the deal is progressing pretty swiftly for his contract extension. And let me just bring this information to you guys right now. Ten Hag makes 3 demands before agreeing new Man United contract. Let's see what their decisions are based on these demands. Eric Ten Hag has reportedly made 3 demands before agreeing to a new contract at Manchester United. The 54-year-old led United to FA Cup glory, beating Manchester City in the final at Wembley, but there was still plenty of speculation about his future at the club following an underwhelming Premier League campaign. No facts, all facts there. You know what I mean? We can't argue with that. We all accept that. United were linked with several managers, including Thomas Tuchel, Mauricio Pochettino, and Gareth Southgate. But the Red Devils ultimately decided to stick with Ten Hag, having abandoned their search for a new manager. A new contract is now being discussed, but the Dutchman has made 3 demands before agreeing fresh terms at Old Trafford. Ten Hag doesn't want the technical director, Jason Wilcox, to dictate how the team should play. He also will not allow Jadon Sancho back into the squad unless the winger apologizes for his past behavior. Sancho enjoyed an impressive loan spell at Borussia Dortmund, but a return to Old Trafford looks unlikely. The 24-year-old would probably be sold in the summer transfer window as United look to raise funds for new recruits. Ten Hag also wants the club to renew forward coach Benny McCarthy's contract. Guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you are thinking. Big up to you, my brother Sachiv, coming in. How you're doing this morning, my bro? I'm just going to shift right into the other article really quickly, bro, so, we can save on some time because I know it's pretty late where you are right now. And for all the guys watching, I think these two things tie right into each other. So I'm going to just share this article one time, guys. I think it makes a lot of sense one time to talk about this, since this show, Sachiv and I, we're going to be talking about some of the transfers that's happening at the club right now. So you guys could get a little bit of idea on the policy and what Man United is about to do and how we're going to do these things, right? And as it says, Manchester United adapt a new transfer policy to focus on younger targets. Manchester United can finally begin preparations for the new season after deciding that Eric Ten Hag will remain in charge for a 3rd season. This means Ten Hag is facing his first summer at United with the help from a football-focused network led by co-owners Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Omar Barada, and Jason Wilcox have joined the operation, and Dan Ashworth is expected to join them soon. Well, I'm not too sure when this article was posted, guys, but I'll be bringing up some information about Dan Ashworth later in the show that might be putting a spoke in that wheel. But it's only a matter of time before we all learn United's primary targets are the some names like Jared Branthwaite, Michael Olise, and Joshua Zirkzee have hit the headlines, but you can't believe everything you read on social media. According to the Independent, United will be changing their transfer strategy to build a dynamic young squad primarily based on signings under the age of 24. The Dutch coach will have a slightly altered influence amid contract extension talks where he won't have the same responsibility over signings. This is worse news for SDG than it is Ten Hag. Ten Hag has been given a chance to turn things around at United, and maybe he was too focused on recruitment in the past. It's best to let the experts who know the market best. After all, they're leaving the management side of things to Ten Hag. Big up for that. Guys, so that's basically what that article says. and it's bringing the information right there on some of the views. And you guys wanted to know what we're going to do in the window, who are our targets, who we're looking for. I'm chilling, chilling. I'm chilling, Jay, just chilling. It's such a.
Jay, big up to you, man. Jay,
What do
big up,
you
man.
think about that news that we're hearing just then, bro? Because I think it's pretty interesting.
Uh, I think Benny McCarthy one. I'm a little bit confused about that news, but because I thought like the United wouldn't actually renew his contract or something like that. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused, but yeah, but I honestly I just heard like Ten Hag's new title will be as a head coach or something. I'm not sure if that's correct, but for me personally, if personally I think Ten Hag as a head coach would be a good shout because I want him to be more fully focused on the coaching part on the pitch and even on the training sessions as well. Um, and the youngsters part I agree because we do need because now we do need like a young up and coming players that that do have a legs and just fight for the badge literally like there's no like we don't want those Galactico signings like we've signed like pretty much like quite a lot of like 30 years old players like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Falcao on loan. Who else we have signed? We recently signed Casemiro. I'll be honest, it was a good club signing, but like if he was only good for just one season. But like we want players that who who basically suit best for the long term planning for for the success. Yep.
100%. I feel like I agree with most of that, and I don't really like Jay is saying. I don't really look at the journalist reports too much and believe it 100%. I tend to take it with a pinch of salt. At the same time, you have to look at all that's happening and all that's going on around you. Look at the state of the club, which I think a lot of the fans that we know it a lot better than the rivals. We know it a lot better than and most of the media because they just be assuming based on reports on what. But we've been here living this for the past decades and even more, some of us 20 years, some of us 30 years, some of us 40, 50. So it's one of those things where you could listen to their insights because we're pretty sure that they're going to be hearing things that they have sources close to the ground, close to the training facilities, these in the club, some of those things. Maybe even some of parts of the parties of players, agents, and stuff like that, entourage. So they probably will get some things right, but they're not always right about everything. And
Yeah.
when you look at the facts of the matter, it is like we've been having these really same problems, which is the 18-month cycle for the last five managers we've had. You know what I mean? Now the cycle
Correct.
is broken. We could finally be looking ahead to a brand new something or something that's unexpected because as fans, we've seen it all and done it all. And we've been going through this a long time as well. The
True.
only difference is, this manager and last season was a pretty much, I would say, how to put it, it's like a fluke compared to what he
Yeah.
came in the first season. Because if we could all say whether or not what's happened with the injuries or whatnot, based off of the season one, if we had the same backline, we would have definitely done
Yeah.
better this season. So
Exactly.
moving on from that, the fact that they're moving with the contract swiftly and everything is progressing so quickly, it feels to me like they're going to try to make a splash in the first week of the window. I know some players are at the Euros, but there are plenty of these players that we're looking at that are not at the Euros. And at the end of the day, the entourage could be present, or most of these things could be done remotely. So it's not necessary that they're going to be actually have to be present. They just need to be there for the announcement, the official announcement. You know what I mean? Which could happen after the Euros, but they could be signed before the Euros even begin or when it begins because the transfer window opens tomorrow morning, guys.
Is
Tomorrow's
it
the
tomorrow morning?
14th. Tomorrow morning,
Oh,
the transfer
oh,
window opens.
ooh,
So we could be seeing a lot of things happening. There's
oh,
been a lot of talks going on right now.
interesting.
I'm going to get into one of those reports really quickly. And this is a report that guys, take it with a pinch of salt. But it's a report that has been doing the rounds last transfer window, and it's back again. I'm pretty sure you guys are not going to guess this one, but hopefully, I make it interesting for you. Check this out, guys. Manchester United rejoined the race for long-term goalkeeping target Zion Suzuki. So, guys, I don't know if you're interested or not, but I'm going to go into this article really quickly. I'm going to go through this one and the article following. Yes, that Japanese keeper Yali Malmin is exactly that youngster, who decided to stay and play football and come to United and sit on the bench last season. You know what I mean? So big up to all of the guys. Those of you on X, a like retweet would be nice. Help the channel grow, guys. Come over to YouTube, smash the like and subscribe if you haven't already. That would also help the channel grow. And Zion Suzuki, guys, the Dutchman wanted his team to be comfortable playing out from the back, something that David De Gea found difficult to do, while the reserve keepers were not up to par, is what happened. The Spaniard ended up leaving. Now the goalkeeping revamp is happening. The Turk once played his debut campaign and rumors that he might be leaving after only one season to go back home or to play in Scotland. But as per the Sun again, English champions are set to return for the Japanese international Zion Suzuki, who opted, like I said before, to reject our approaches last summer, but this established himself as a regular in the national team. The 21-year-old chose to move to St. Trudnies, Vivi, where he impressed and is now set to represent his country in the upcoming Paris Olympics. In 32 games, he's kept 6 clean sheets and impressed with his distribution skills that are highly valued by Ten Hag. United have kept and have continued to keep a track of his development, but are not alone in the race, with Syria side Genoa also eyeing the US-born goalie. Suzuki hunt begins again, guys. So who will win the race? Because there's said to be some one or two other teams interested, you know, but United are not the only club. So let's see how it goes, guys. And let me get right into the other article right now because this is also going to be a defensive signing, from the defense. And it's going to be someone that we're closely monitoring who's been working with Erik Ten Hag before. And he's coming from the Bundesliga. And yes, I'm pretty sure some of you guessed it. It's Matthias de Ligt. He is one of the center backs Bayern Munich are prepared to sell if a suitable offer arrives on their table. The German Giants are on the verge of signing another defender in Hiroki Ito and are in talks with Bayern Leverkusen over getting their hands on Jonathan Tah. So
Okay.
maybe Matthias de Ligt, is not a priority for Bayern Munich, but we all know that he's someone who can play the style of Erik Ten Hag. He's done it at Ajax. Sure, he didn't have a great time when he moved to Juventus, and he's not having an amazing go in Germany. But would you not bet on Erik Ten Hag to get the best out of this youngster who he made the captain of his team at Ajax that won
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
many
yeah, yeah.
trophies?
Yeah, I
You know what I
remembered.
mean? Manchester,
I think I remembered he was the. I think as far as I remember in the IX 2018-19 squad in the Champions League. For me, like Matthias de Ligt he was the main guy at the back line too. If I'll be
yeah, and he
honest with
was the
you,
captain.
yeah,
And he's a
yeah,
guy
he was
that
the captain.
I was seeing pretty a lot of highlights from. I wanted him at Man United since then, and we didn't get him. He ended up going to Juventus. We lost out there.
Oh yeah,
So
Juventus, yeah.
maybe we go back in, and maybe this time we get our hands on him. You know what I mean? And if that's not gonna make your day a little bit more exciting, I'm going to talk about another young center back really quickly. And by the way, Matthias de Ligt is going to be a lot cheaper than Jared Brandtwaite, somewhere in the region of 35 million euros. They are probably willing to listen to offers for. So it's going to be something that we could probably do around the price of a Todibo. And guys, I feel like if he's the same price as Todibo, I think Erik Ten Hag will choose Matthias de Ligt over Todibo. And as I go into this next article, guys, you know, to pursue a priority target after club president confirms he can leave this summer. And we are talking about they got the green light to pursue Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro, guys, the youngster, 18 years old, coming from Lille. Also, why there are lots of rumors circulating around us, possibly looking at Jonathan David, which I think is mostly because our scouts have been camped out there, paying very close attention to Lenny Yoro. And they're well aware that there's some risks that might be happening with Man United trying to acquire this defensive target and reinforcement this summer, but he needs to oversee this situation for that turbulent last season campaign. And so Jim Ratcliffe, the backline was undoubtedly the hardest hit area in terms of unprecedented and debilitating injury crisis. Centrally, Lisandro Martinez missed almost the entirety of the term, separated by layoffs, while Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans, and Rafael Varane were only able to feature sporadically due to fitness issues, right? This situation led to Casemiro having to deputize at centre half towards the end of the season, and he evidently struggled to match the pace of his opponents on numerous occasions. As well as that of Varane confirmed last month he'd be leaving United upon the expiration of his contract, meaning Erik ten Hag has been left with one less option to bolster his squad, and a world-class one at that. Talks are ongoing with the veteran Evans regarding a potential extension, as he too will become a free agent at the end of June as things stand. One name to be believed at the top of Ratcliffe's list is Lenny Yoro, but proven the defender whose performances have seen him quickly become one of Europe's hottest prospects. Yoro is free to leave Lille, club president confirms. The 18-year-old starlet garnering interest from United and Real Madrid among a host of other admirers. And following tonight's update on his situation, all interest clubs have essentially been given a green light to test Lille's resolve. Club president Olivier Letang announced ahead of the transfer window opening on Friday that Lenny Yoro and Jonathan David can leave the club this summer. Both have the exit voucher due to their contract situation. Indeed, Yoro has just 1 year left on his deal. He's unwilling to extend his stay with the League One outfit. They still value him at around 50 million euros, though, and reports have suggested if he had his pick of the bunch, he'd opt for a move to the Santiago Bernabeu. So, guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking. Lenny Yoro from Lille seems like a doable deal. And I've heard some reports recently as well that we already have some form of agreement in place with Lille in terms of the price structure of this deal. And we're just now waiting for Lenny Yoro to confirm. So you never know. He might be the first signing of our season.
Yeah,
it's going to be a steal for De Ligt, guys. It's definitely going to be a steal for De Ligt. He's been at Bayern Munich for 2 seasons now. And, not only that, but I think this is his last year of contract. So
how much is he at the moment? How much is his transfer value?
I think they're open to offers around 35 million pounds. But I think his
That'd be a good steal.
value is somewhere in 50, 55 million euros, somewhere there. You know what I mean? Thiago Santos, Jay. I have to do some research on this guy. I'm not too familiar with his name.
I have not.
But I will definitely do some research, and in the next stream, maybe on Saturday, when I bring my next information on tomorrow morning, I'm going to do a transfer morning show early. I'm going to be doing it at 8 a.m. UK time. So guys, stick around for that. And I will do some information and research on this guy today, Jay. So I'll bring you some more information about that tomorrow. 30 million pounds for De Ligt would be definitely a steal. He's one of the best, and you pairing him next to Licha, who he's played with in his title-winning seasons. Come on, guys, it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk to you guys about this next player coming in. I don't know what you guys may be thinking of this, but I would say this sounds exactly what we should be doing, and it's something that I don't think a lot of people are looking at or thinking about, because he has not really shown the consistency. Well, how should I put it? He's been playing very well for the outfit and the club that he's been playing for, but he's just recently exploded into form in the last few months, and in a few games leading up to his national team's, competition that is about to begin tomorrow as well. And guys, if you don't know, I'm talking about the Watford starlet, and this youngster name is Yasser Asperia, and he plays, I believe, for Ecuador. You know, I think it's Ecuador or Colombia or something like that. Colombia. I think he plays for Colombia. It's no secret that the Reds need to improve in midfield next season, and we can expect to see a few aging players like Casemiro and Christian Eriksen moved on. And this young Sofiane Amrabat's future is up in the air following the expiry of his loan deal. United have an option to make that deal permanent, but have yet to decide whether they want to keep the Moroccan for another year or not. And the players frequently proved incapable of protecting the back four last season, with opposition teams easily finding routes into our box. Ten Hag will be keen to address this after learning he will remain at United for a third campaign. And Colombian journalist Guillermo Arango has posted an update on X at Watford. Yasser Asperia is a player of interest to Manchester United. He claims that
Mm.
Asperia is wanted by several European clubs: Brighton, Manchester United, Dortmund, AC Milan, Bologna, Betis, Real Sociedad have all shown interest in the player. The journalist adds that Watford are demanding a £30 million deal for Asperia's signature. And this youngster, guys, he's been proving himself to be quite the talent. I'm not going to sit here and say I've seen quite a lot of his performances. I've only seen
I've
a
not
few clips and highlights. I've watched
I've
a
not seen him
few minutes
before.
of the Colombia
Yeah,
game because I'm watching the build up for Copa America. So I've seen some of his performances, but I haven't
I might
seen
probably see
quite
him in the
enough
Copa
as I would
America.
like
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
What are you saying, Sachiv?
Oh, yeah, I was just yeah, I was just about to say, like, I haven't seen much of him before, so he might probably feature in the Copa America. Yeah, I'll probably see more of him in that one.
Well, yeah, he's definitely going to feature. I think he's one of Colombia's most important players in the campaign leading up to
Right.
qualifications for Copa America,
Oh, okay.
because
Right.
Asperia
Okay.
is 20 years old. He's a regular at Watford. He playing 47 games and contributing 13 goal contributions. He's also made a
Right.
positive start to his international career after earning 4 caps for Colombia, scoring twice for his country. Right, so Colombia will be competing at the Copa America this summer, which gives us all a chance to see Asperia in action against the best teams in the continent. United need midfield reinforcements, and Asperia may be the player worth keeping an eye on. He certainly fits the profile of being an underage 24 as United look to change their transfer strategy. Guys, I would also like to highlight that there's another youngster that plays for Ecuador that I spoke about over the December transfer window in the winter. His name is Oscar Zambrano. He's also going to be featuring in this Copa America competition that opens tomorrow. So I will be doing coverage of Colombia. I will be doing coverage of Brazil, and I will be doing coverage of most likely Ecuador and Argentina. My focus is not really on Argentina, guys, but Ganacho. I'm not a huge Messi fan, to be fair. Big up to you, never miss Rob. So if you guys wanna come in and join me as I
Um,
do the watch along. I see Drex is popping in the background. I'll just bring him here so when he's ready to talk, he could just
um,
pop him and give
Drex, big
his
up, man.
say. You know what I mean? So I
Yo, what he's
think
saying.
big up,
Drex, big
bro.
up, man.
So pay attention to these youngsters over across. I just heard some reports that Louis Grillerhelm, who was one of our targets that INEOS was, Eric Ten Hag wanted to get over the January window, has just been poached by West Ham. So it's gonna be something where we need to be making some moves, and the window is opening tomorrow. So there's gonna be a lot of things to be happening. Now I'm going to bring in the one of the last but not least of my topics for today. But this one is very close
Oh,
to me because I've seen this guy play quite a few games,
okay.
and I think he's very interesting. And his performance in the Bundesliga this season is something to be taken note of. And I think he might be a good option for the price when you boil it right down is in this region of 22 or 24 million pounds. I think this is going to be a steal of a deal for a very hardworking, very talented young striker. And I'm talking about Manchester United. We have inquired about the Hoffenheim striker Maximilian Bayer. And this summer, according to Sport Bill, the 20-year-old had his breakthrough season with Hoffenheim last term, 16 goals and 3 assists in 33 games. And I'm telling you, he's very, very much a live wire, guys. He's very quick. He has some very neat tricks with the ball. He's very clinical. When he gets the chances, he usually scores. And I would say a lot of the reason why he didn't have more goals was because of he was getting assists or he was trying to, create and open up plays for his teammates. But he's a very decent striker. His progress has caught the eye of United, Liverpool, and Nottingham Forest. The Red Devil have recently asked about terms to sign him. Hoffenheim has pointed out the striker's 32.5 million or 27 million pound release clause. The buyout value would be reduced by 2.5 million pounds per year starting from the summer 2025. Bayer will need to adapt to the Premier League, and United are set to part ways with Anthony Martial when his contract expires on June 30th. This may ideally what want a young backup for Rasmus Højlund next term. Bayer would fit their transfer policy with his age and potential, but he would need to adapt to the club's tactics and the intensity of the Premier League. The youngster is impressed with his high pressing and shot to goal conversion rate, but he does not have the aerial presence and averages 11 passes per game. It will be interesting to see whether the Red Devils are prepared to pay 27.4 million pounds for the German international based on a single campaign in the Bundesliga. However, they could get someone more experienced, such as Youssef and Nesri from Sevilla for less. The Moroccan scored 20 goals for the Andalusian outfit last term. He will enter the final year of his contract next month and could leave for around 25 million euros or 21 million pounds. Guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking. I think this is a very realistic target. And I'm telling you guys now, don't be surprised if we sign him in the next 2 weeks. Because there's been a lot of talk from in Germany right now that he's probably on his way to Manchester United. And maybe they've said that he's 27 million pounds release clause, but I think for the simple fact that that not only the fact that they would want to create a linkage with Manchester United, not just for the fact that we have a few youngsters that they are themselves interested in, like Hannibal Mejbri, like Palestri. I think they would be trying to do a deal with us, so they would probably looking to get a swap plus cash, maybe cut that price in half. You could probably see the likes of Hannibal Mejbri moving to the Bundesliga and this striker moving across. Admiral, what are your thoughts, bro? Let me know what you're thinking. I see Olmo's in the background. I'm going to bring him on
Yeah,
right now,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just bring him on.
but I haven't
Yeah,
heard from you. So, any thoughts on the current on the players that I've been talking about? We possibly going to
yeah.
get
I
in.
heard I heard you talk about Lenny Lenny Euro, right?
Euro, Euro.
Uh, Yeah, why I feel, or I know why I've looked at the guy. I feel like he would be a perfect, a good. Not let me not use the word perfect because he's still young. He still has to learn his trade in the Premier League. I feel he would be a good player, right? But do we really have enough strength in us to go toe to toe with the likes of Real Madrid, knowing fully well that Real Madrid are actually a powerhouse when it comes to the transfer window and all of that. They get what they want. They go get what they want. They don't mess around.
True.
No, yeah, but that's not like I said, not everything in life is not absolute. So that's not a given that because Real Madrid is in there, they would definitely get the player. But I just want for once we're gonna be getting sporting people making sporting decisions, whether
Yes,
we agree with them or not, right? This is the reason why one of the transfer window or the transfer business or dealings, if I use that word, it's one of the reasons why we want a structure in this club because we've had a lot of businessmen doing making sporting decisions. So that being said, let's see what the likes of Wilcox and Hargreaves and maybe I know Barada is still on gardening leave and Ashworth, and let's just see what they could do behind the scene to get us the much needed players, right? The much needed help. Now the talks are saying that they will give the manager a new contract and all of that. So let's see what they have in store in terms of backing the manager, in terms of actually, like they said, getting players that would suit their own philosophy of how they want to play football. Yanni Loro, and what's his name, might not come.
Maximilian Bayer.
Yeah, but there's this that boy, the buyer boy you're talking about, bro. I would jump at it. I would jump at it. If I was United, if I was in any capacity part of the board, I would jump at it because it's 27 million in today's market, right? For a striker, right? 27 for quote unquote prospect, if you want to put it that way, right?
Mhm.
We paid almost 70 something odd millions for a prospect in Rasmus Højlund. I'm not saying he's a bad player, and don't get me wrong. I'm just saying for a prospect of 27 million that we know that can improve with the with we have Eric Ten Hag who's proved that he can actually improve young players, right? So let's see what it's not a bad option at all. 27 million euros, it's not a bad option at all. It's if you cast your mind back, put it at the equivalent of maybe 10 years ago, it should actually be like what 5-10 million. Or it's not a bad share. We bought Danny James for like 15 and ended up selling him for like 25, right? So it's we can't go wrong with such signing. That's my take. We can't go wrong with such
100%.
signing.
And Jay, you're mentioning a youngster that we all quite rate here, but I'm just gonna put this out there. I've heard some reports, no fault, no fault of their own, but I think United's coach scouting department has just maybe taking a little step back from the Dutch players. They're looking at. I've heard that they're looking at Max Wiefer. They're looking at the same Santi Jimenez, but the price that they were asking for Santi Jimenez from Feyenoord is somewhere in the region of 70 million pounds or 70 million euros, and I don't think they want to pay that much for one single player this season. However, there have been reports today that we have about to launch a 65 million bid plus add-on for Joao Neves. I don't know if that's going to come in today or over the next 2 days, but I do know the transfer window opens tomorrow, and we have been making approaches, and we have made a bid previously of 58 million pounds. That has been rebuffed by
I
Benfica.
want I want to ask the point. I think is Omo here.
Yeah,
I want
Omo
to
here.
ask.
I'm gonna bring him on now. Big up, Omo. What's
Yeah,
good, my bro?
yeah,
Sorry
yeah.
for having you in the
What's up?
I'm
background so
gonna
long, bro. I just wanted to
have
mention this one thing again, guys. Marcus Edwards. I always talk about him, Jay. I don't know. Well, I know you've been on the channel recently. I haven't in the last few weeks, but I'm gonna be talking about him a lot more coming up because Trinidad is playing World Cup qualifications, and if you don't know, his father is from the Trinidad national football team. He played at the World Cup. He used to play in England, and his name is also Edwards. He played at Wrexham. His name is Carlos Edwards. So we're trying to
Okay.
get him to come play for Trinidad as well. Him and Jaden Sancho. Come back to the roots. Forget England. Let's go to the World Cup with the Trini boys.
yeah. There's this striker that plays for the Italian side. Is it Bologna or
Yeah, that's
Joshua
Xerxes.
Xerxes.
Joshua
that's
Xerxes.
Xerxes, right? Yeah, they're just being called up to the Orange Boys, right?
Yeah,
The
his price
Netherlands.
just went up 10 million euros. I'm
like
being
like
honest to you all. His
I
price
know,
literally just went
yeah,
up 10 million euros
I
on
know.
transfer market.
Yeah, and that won't be a bad shout as well. That won't
I
be a bad.
actually don't
My
like. I actually don't fancy him at all. I think if we go and go for Joshua Jakes, we might as well go for Dobrovec. Dobrovec is the
my
same
que-
price. It's 35 million euros. His release
I have
clause
a
is
question.
35 million euros from how to
hmm
call this team Girona.
My question is, do we spend? I know we don't have a lot of money, right? That's what being reported here and there, but 65 million for a Jao Neves, right?
Plus
What's your
add-ons.
plot? Add-ons. I don't really talk about add-ons. I just feel like yeah, if it's achievable, then it's worth it, right? But I'm just saying 65 million euros or pounds,
Pounds.
pounds. So 65 million pounds for that guy. Do you think? I've seen a lot of the boy, but do you think it's worth it in term? Because I will give my let me give my own
All right,
understanding because
I will tell you
I've
this.
always
This is I
let me
before you
just
give
okay.
yours, I'll just say
hmm
this real quick because I go and keep it real short. The
Go
the
ahead.
money right now not worth it. It's too much money right now. But the
hmm
player ability and potential,
hmm
it would getting if you could get him for that, it would gain him now than having to actually pay 120 or watch him play against you in our next team, if that makes sense.
I get you because I'm one of let me go with Prof because I haven't heard Prof in a while. Prof, big up to you, man.
Big up. Listen, I've been in pain ever
I
since
know I know
for the
I was gonna
past
I know.
days.
I feel sick.
I, I was gonna send I
I
was gonna
feel
send one
sick.
of I'm gonna send one of the myself to you. Like I'm gonna send maybe two the good ones that
I've
will.
I've I've been sick.
hmm
Like I said, the manager we have to challenge. We must challenge for the league. We must challenge for the league this year. There's no if
Why
and
you
no buts
use
about it.
why are you using the word must when you are you going to let because Ineos made the decision to keep the manager? Are you going to let Ineos off the hook and focus on the
Oh no
manager?
no
Is
no
that
no
what
no
you?
no 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 no. I'm not.
So when
No
you
no.
say
It's
so when you
it's two different fights, and I will explain why. Because first of all, Ineos gotta go. That's one because they're doing
okay.
foolishness. Every
Mm-hmm.
success that come now is a Glazers success, pretty much.
Okay. Okay.
Because again, the Glazers hired Eric Ten Hag, and Eric
Yeah.
Ten Hag is your third year. You have to challenge.
Mm-hmm.
People has been
Yeah.
comparing him to Arteta and Klopp, and I say here that's a dangerous game. And now
Mm-hmm.
this is your third year. They were all challenging for their third year, not winning,
No, 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 no,
challenging.
no, no. They weren't challenging for the third year. Don't worry. Don't get
Don't
that
talk
wrong.
that.
Don't
I
Oh,
know. That's
don't
not.
get
Hold
that
on.
wrong.
But
wait,
listen, before you go on, before
hold
you
on,
go on, just
wait a
hold
minute.
on, hold on. Before you
Mark,
go on, Homo.
Mark, no, Mark, let
Yes,
him
no,
talk. We're gonna
Wait a
just wanted
minute.
dissect
to
it.
mention this comment that they ask a question on Santi Menez. I just wanted to let you guys in the chat know that
70
Feyenoord,
million.
due
Santi,
to the interest
Santi
in him,
Menez.
they said that they're trying to sell him for 70 million euros. That due to
From
the
from
interest.
Feyenoord? Nah,
They
I'm
should
not.
keep him.
Listen,
They should
I'm
keep him.
not.
Hold him.
No, we don't want
Mm.
him. And I don't want him. I don't want any player signed to SCG agency. I don't want no Dutch player. That Matthieu link, you better not be true.
No,
If
no.
it's true, Ino's gotta
I
go.
was even gonna address that issue too. Matthias Delete. I don't want him, bro. I
I don't
don't
want him.
want him,
I don't want any
bro.
Ajax players.
I don't want. Not like no,
I
not
don't want.
because
One coming
no.
from Bayern, you know.
Omo, not because he was an IS player. I don't rate the guy. That's you see, I don't like to attach anything with Ericsson. I want to be transparent. I don't want to be like, oh, because no, I don't rate the guy, bro. He went to Juventus. I didn't really see that. He went to this is the problem with most of the IS that squad with the IS. A lot of them are actually system players, right? But they were touting or putting themselves out there like as one that were, especially this delete guy. He had the aura of, oh, okay, I'm one of the best, bro. You were a system player in Ajax, right? Now
Yes.
you went to Juventus.
Juventus.
I think the
You could
problem
even
at Juventus wasn't the litter, but that's just me.
no, he couldn't. He went to a league that was not that even. I beg to say this, right? That was not that pacey, right? But he still didn't stand out like that, right? Now
Yeah.
you went to Bayern Munich. No, you didn't really have the time. So now you want to come to United when we wanted you at first. You played with our emotions and made it look like no, you're not. No, you don't. You don't like you're not coming back here, bro. I don't rate the guy. It's just gonna be a case of, oh, let me go to my previous teacher and see we saw that with Van der Beek. It didn't really happen that way, bro. So for me, delete is a no. Better spend the money elsewhere. Get if you want to get delete, add an extra 10, 50 million. Go get the Yenny guy. Or I keep messing his name up. Go get
Lenny
that kid
Euro.
from
But
Lenny Euro.
Lenny Euro.
whoever they buy,
Mhm.
they have to challenge for the manager has to challenge for the league.
See,
He
Listen,
has to
I
Five. You
challenge.
totally
see the
agree with
challenge for
you.
the league thing that you're talking there, bro. I
No, no,
remember
Mark.
you said on a stream, and don't make me bring the clip, because I'll go in Papi's stream and pull the clip, but it
Go
will
ahead,
take
bring
me
the
five
clip.
minutes. But you
Uh,
said live whoever INEOS bring in, you are going to back the thing, right?
No, but
No, 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 no,
again,
no, no, no. Hold on. You said whoever you INEOS is bringing in, you are
Oh,
going to back the thing. Hold on. And here the biggest thing that we're going to talk about here. INEOS giving him up, they're renegotiating a contract for 2 years. So he's not going to be Glazer guy.
Mark,
He's going to
m-
be Ineos's guy now. When he signs
the,
this new contract, he's Ineos's guy with 2 years plus one on his contract.
Mark,
What are you
Mark,
going to do now?
Mark, Mark. Before Ineos came in, who was our manager?
Forget that. He's signing
No,
to
no,
Ineos
Mark.
now.
Again, Mark,
Hope,
you're
hope, hope, hope,
ignoring it.
hope. You see,
You're
listen.
ignoring the most
Forget the
important
semantics.
factor.
Forget the semantics, brother. The facts of the matter is they're signing him to a brand new contract for 2 more years plus one. Right?
Mark,
Yeah,
let me
So
answer the man.
this is
Let me
my
answer the
question.
man.
He's a new manager.
Mark,
He's their manager now because they're signing
You're
him
going,
now.
Mark, you're going too far.
We're going too
Before
Okay.
Ineos
far.
came in,
Yes.
was who
Yes.
was our manager?
Eric Ten Hag.
Now Ineos is in, and who's still our manager?
Eric Ten Hag.
Okay, then that answers your question.
Okay.
So
Okay. Let me
again, the man never
now
left.
you've asked your question. Now let me explain.
I like my
Let me
brother
ex,
here. You see my
let me
brother right
explain.
here,
Let me
guys?
explain. No, Mark. Let me
Yali,
explain to him.
he
Let me
honest.
explain to him.
Big
When
up to him.
when when reports were being put out there that the manager was they were looking to hire new managers. Now report actually had it that we spoke to Tuchel. Report had it that now we're seeing report that Marco Silva was there. Amorim
Yeah.
was mentioned, right? Roberto
Yes.
Di Zerbi was mentioned. Pochettino was mentioned. All of those names were mentioned. Eric Ten Hag himself was being interviewed again. So by default, when Ineos were looking for a new manager, right, they actually in their mind's eye cancelled Eric Ten Hag's contract, whether it was done officially or not. They cancelled his contract. Now they actually interview the man again. Now Eric Ten Hag, all of this while people kept saying, I was part of the people that said, bro, drop your resignation, walk away. The disrespect is too much. But I later sat down and I spoke with a guy. We actually dealt with this thing, and he was like, bro, he can't for several reasons, but that's a side thing. But look at it from Ineos perspective. He made me see it from Ineos perspective. Ineos are doing the rounds with different agents of managers, right? I believe they actually interviewed Tuchel and they didn't like a thing or two about Tuchel and they decided to say, we're not going. Tuchel had to bring that news out, right? Because you know how
Yeah.
United leak, you know how
Yeah.
United leak stories out.
Yeah.
So
I read the Athletic. It said that.
so let me just so for me, when the guy said, he said, look at it from the Ineos perspective, right? Ineos would have to nullify Eric's contract, right? But they wouldn't say anything in their mind's eye. They've already nullified it. Now they have to interview Eric Ten Hag again, and he has to meet new terms and conditions not set from the previous regime. Because guess what, Motor and Arnold are gone, so they have to nullify that whatever was there and set a new contract for him and new terms and conditions that he has to accept. If he wasn't accepting it, I tell you right here, right now, Eric Ten Hag won't be getting the job. And they are still negotiating. So Eric Ten Hag was part of the candidate for the job. So when you say they retained him, right? I kind of understand you, but the truth is Eric Ten Hag was actually went through the process of sorting again. So it's not like because he was there, it's not like you know how it is in Nigeria because you're an incumbent governor. You no. He was taking through the process of interview and all of those pre-employment thing that they do. He was taking through the process, and of the options they had available to them, he was the closest to what they wanted. Now,
So he's
and
the bottom. So he was the bottom of the list of other managers they
it's
wanted.
no, if you say bottom of the list, then you are actually saying something not factual. It was the fact that the fact that somebody ended up winning the race doesn't mean they were either the first or the
No,
or
they,
the or
no,
the
they
list.
they were at the bottom because
No, no, don't.
Listen,
You are
they
you are
listen.
you are
the
saying
There's no
you are
articles.
bottom.
saying you are
Everybody
you
in
are.
It's the
one
truth
line.
though.
It's called a line, right? Everybody
So
in the
okay,
same
okay,
line and the
okay,
same
okay.
status.
Prof. Let me agree with you that he was on the bottom of the list. What does for your own bias to be, or your ego to be suiting, right? What does that actually make in the grand scheme of things? What does that actually contribute to the, because he was interviewed like every other person. If I go for a job and you go
The
for the
article
same
the
job,
article didn't say what
listen,
interview. The article said
but
they just went to him and just
leave
said that,
the
hey, we want you here.
the same article that been saying rubbish about the whole scenario, that none of all of a sudden they knew what happened inside the meeting. The same articles that they've been putting out there, that no, even the David Ornstein came the day before, or the hours before it was announced. David Ornstein himself came and said, I gave up, I don't know what's going on with the United thing. And all of a sudden, we the same articles that we've been saying, we don't believe them. But when they report something that tends to suit us, we want to swallow them hook, line, sinker. Come on, man. I know you want to take that, but I'm not believing that. See, the fact that two of us went for an interview, you got there 9:15, I got there 10 a.m. or 10:30, doesn't mean that I was picked. Doesn't mean I was the least option. No, 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 no. It's they did a lot of sampling. It's all sampling. They did a lot of sampling. There was not enough sample size, if you want to put it that way, because in my opinion, or from what I was thinking, whoever they went with, right, they had a reason for going with that person. And I don't want Deserbi, but I have said this here countless times. If they had gone with Deserbi, I would take it. If they had gone with Tuchel, I would. And I even said, if they had gone with Southgate, I meant that when I was saying it on Papi's stream. If they go with Southgate, I would take it and back it. But because this is what we do. But to come back to this, Eric Ten Hag, I've not actually had a time to talk about it. To come back to this Eric Ten Hag thing is, he was part of the candidate that was interviewed. Whether you want to call it the last or the least, or the
Yeah,
bottom part, right? He was part of the
that's true.
candidate, and they had to nullify the previous contract, now setting a new because if you tell me he's still the Glazers manager, meaning that they would have just said, you know what, Eric, we're not going to make any new contract with you. We're just going to allow you carry on your 1 year, and by then we're done. Even if you win the Champions League or the Premier League, you're done. We get our guy and move on with the project, right? But now is the time. Now is the for. I see a lot of people saying, a lot of Eric Ten Hag outers are saying, oh, you guys want to the Eric Ten Hag inners, and the inners are saying get in. I'm like, it's not even about that right now. It's not about who won or who lost. It's about what's on the table, what's right in front of us. Eric Ten Hag is our manager. Now the real scrutiny comes in, both for the inners and for the outers. We should drop the bias and drop the positioning and the allocation we've given ourselves, and look at the thing right in front of us right now. If the man is going to be given 2-3 years contract, we're going to be looking for the next 2-3 years. What is your progression like? We are not
and
they
and
we,
and this is why and this is why to me, like, the moment you hire a Ten Hag, I'm just already setting yourself, like, because
no,
again
but
you're doing
like
nothing.
you have your right to say in yours out. You have the right to every opinion, and
Then
I knew.
that's why I said that nothing. That's why I said there's nothing I'm saying to Ten Hag. Ten Hag did nothing. It's Ineos that I'm looking at. It's 100.
Okay,
All
so
this is
now
100% on
let me just,
Ineos.
while we are here, let me just read this. I knew Deserbi was going to be in the French league. I was actually thinking he was going to take the Lille job, because it was reported earlier today
So
that
we paid his release clause. By the way,
who do no we didn't. I don't think we paid Deserbi's release
we,
clause.
No, I don't
we
think we paid it though.
It's all
no,
news.
because
So
I was thinking
the
Lille.
news report said that his release clause got lowered,
No,
and
I
someone
don't think
paid it
it's
off.
United that. I don't think it's United that paid it. See, the thing got lowered. I don't mean it got paid off immediately. There was a mutual agreement that whoever comes in for you will pay a certain release clause, but it was lowered so clubs can actually afford it. I don't think somebody paid it silently and it went no. It was there that there was an agreement that, okay, if we get a club that wants to hire us, don't forget, Brighton was okay to let De Zerbi leave. They wanted to let the Zerbi leave. They were okay. The two of them had an agreement that, you know what, go, right, and they for all parties to involved to be happy. Okay, we're going to lower your release clause. You know how Brighton do the thing, is business for them, right? And I've always looked at it and said, if he wasn't coming to United, it's definitely going to go to either it's going to Nice or it's going to be in Lille. And I was hoping to get an announcement saying that it was going to Lille, because Fonseca who moved to AC Milan today. What's his name? Is it the Dortmund coach resigns today? I was like, okay, Dortmund coach is resigning. De Zerbi might fit in that, but now Yale is saying he's gone to Marcel. Kudos to him.
Marseille.
Marseille is the
Kudos
bigger
to him.
club, to be fair, bro.
No, I don't think the Marseille's confirmed yet. I just read
But
there.
for me, it's a
But
step down
we're
in
waiting.
terms of quality. I think this is why I didn't want to Deserve as a manager, and I go and be real shameless here and say and speak my truths about Deserve. I think he's a coward. I think he's make excuses for why he don't win games and why he can't win games. I think he's too hipster. I think all he
No,
thinks is of
Mark.
this
When you
highly
use the word
ideal football, bro. I be
Mark, when you
real.
use the word coward, right, we could actually point it both ways, even to Eric Ten Hag, you know.
I mean, you could
So
say. I mean, I just saying. I talking
that's why
about De
I
Zerbi
tend to
here.
leave.
If we're not talking about, I'm not talking about Ten Hag. I talking about De
Mhm.
Zerbi going to the
I know,
French league.
no.
And the
Okay,
reason why I'm
okay.
saying that is because you're at a club that maybe you can't win now, right? But you could win in the next 2 seasons. Brighton was not going to sack him. He wanted to leave, right? And
Yeah.
He
no, hear
wanted
me
to
out, hear
leave
me
because
out.
but
He's a manager. Don't tell me he want to win now because he said to himself he rather play the way he want to play than change to win games, which means he have patience to let a team develop to play how he want to play because it had to work hand in hand like that, right?
But
And
Mark,
let's
yeah,
get back
Mark,
to the meat of the
Mark,
matter of this stream. Let's get back to
yeah,
the
we'll
like
talk
I see
about
a
this
lot.
another day.
Yeah, I see a lot of people bringing the players that they will keep, the players that they will see. Guys, let's look at this for a fact, right? Anthony Martial is leaving the club, and that's why I said the players like the Baiba for 27 million, bro. It's not. I don't think it will hurt us, bro. I don't think it might just be a replacement for Anthony Martial, but I still feel like we need to get an experienced head in the strike in the attacking department. An experienced head.
We need
I
to get
still
a
feel
striker
like
that
that.
could get us.
Yeah.
Like we gotta get minimum a second. So they gotta go find the players to get us there.
When you say a minimum of second, right? Were you going to be saying this if this Roberto? Because I remember you saying if Roberto Disable comes in, I'm just going to give him maybe if give me a good style of play, then maybe if he gets to Champions League, fine. If he doesn't get to the Champions League, at least we see progression. These were things that you were actually saying. If I'm
Yeah,
misquoting you, correct
yeah,
me.
yeah. Champion League and league was a point thing to me. And again,
No,
like
no, no.
I said,
For
I'll
Deserbi, you
give
didn't say
deserve,
league. You said
I
fourth
give
place. At
Deserby.
least there's a progression.
Yeah, I'll give Deserby. I would have given Deserby 2 years to see what he was doing, to see this
Okay,
progression going up and up.
but
And this
right now you can.
manager,
Yeah, you can't give this
no,
manager 2 years.
no, I can't. This is his third year, right?
Yeah, this is it.
About to be.
What happens to
About
his
to be.
first
About to
year?
be.
What happened in
First
his
year he
first year?
first year he got third. He went up, and
Okay,
now he has gone down to eighth. So now
okay.
it's
What
his
happened?
third year.
What happened in Deserbi's first year?
Deserby, I think he got European
seventh,
football
So he
They
seventh.
got
got six
six,
seven,
place.
seventh.
Yeah.
Then
Six, six,
what happened
seven.
7,
the next year?
10 or 11.
And
11,
but you,
yeah.
14.
Carlos
but
came
but
10.
you,
14.
yeah, but you
I
wanted
think
to give
14.
him two. You wanted to give back him for 2 years if you had taken a United job.
Yes, I would back him for 2 years. He was
Okay,
taking another job because again, cause
that ends
I'm
that
not gonna
discussion.
wait. No,
That
wait,
ends
because
that
I'm not gonna
discussion.
compare. I'm not gonna compare Brighton players to Manchester United
Bro,
players. Like
forget
it's
Brighton
a
I'm
whole
not.
players
different thing.
I'm not.
and whatnot because you see these
Let's
same.
not. Let's not do
Listen,
that.
eh?
That
This
Let's
is
not
why
do
I
that.
really
Let's
had
just
these
let's
arguments with some fans, bro. And I'm mad at Olmo, right? But it's
let's
logic that
let's go
you would
to
see a player,
Alexander
is a
Hotlock.
Brighton player, but then they will turn
Hmm.
around and say a player who leave Brighton last season and playing for a new team this season is an amazing world class player
Bro,
in McAllister.
No, I'm not
You
going
know
to
what I mean?
Mark. Let's not go. Mark. Let's not
So
go over
let me
Hotlock.
finish
Let's
this
not
here.
go over Hotlock.
I don't want
want
to
to
talk
move
about
on to the next
United
topic real
because
quick.
I don't know what will happen if we lose Bruno and don't replace him with nobody, and lose Leacher and then replace him with nobody. Like lose your best player and replace them with nobody, and let's just see how
Yeah, but
United will be.
McAllister was not Brighton's best player. Let me be real about life. Come on, let's not
Okay,
exaggerate
yeah,
things.
okay. We'll move on from there.
Right. So let me
Either
just
The
way,
let me
one
just
with the
bring
black
this up.
shirt.
Well,
Oh,
will you still take what is Ivan Ferguson? You guys still look at that guy and be like, yo, is something? Yeah, this is the guy I
I.
was talking about. This is the name I was talking about. J United. This is the name I was trying to bring back.
Oh.
Gyro.
Oh yes. Gyökeres. Gyökeres.
Gyökeres.
Yeah, this is the guy.
Oh.
he's injured for 5 months now, I believe, or 4.
V
100 mil.
Maladaba.
Stay away. All
Jesus.
right, guys. Let me just bring this
You,
article
you know
in
why I like the guy? I like his
so
celebration,
we can
bro.
get some talking points
Yeah,
again.
he
Let
does.
me
He
move the
does have
topic
sense.
on. Right. So Dan Ashwood, guys, the mythical, the man of the moment, best in
Oh my
class,
God.
the
He's
DOF, the only one can
the
know
only
the
one that wants
DOF.
Southgate in.
Was he the guy who
You know
just
what I mean?
CC Roma Barada?
Man United's pursuit of Dan Ashwood.
Mark, hold on. Mark, hold on. Omo, you said something.
I say he's the main reason why he wants Southgate.
So you would have backed him if he had brought in Southgate?
No, Dan Ashworth was the
Oh,
main
Dan
one that wants
Ashworth. Okay,
Southgate.
was the main guy that one. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I would have
Yeah.
backed Southgate. Let me not lie to anybody, because that's what I do as a that's what I am here as a fan to do, bro. I would have
as in,
disagreed, but I would have been.
we don't have that.
I'll be in the Southgate Defense League.
You know, so funny. We don't have Dan Ashworth or Omar Barada into to make coaching decisions. We have these old people ahead.
No, no, but
We're in trouble.
Wilcock, Mark, go ahead. But Wilcox
Wilcox
isn't
is
that
the only
bad.
person in. But go on.
With United are in search of an assistant manager because the Van der Gaag. I don't think Van der Gaag is staying. Yeah,
Furuli
Mark.
already
Before
went
you
to
go,
Ajax, guys. So let me calm down.
Mark. Before you go on, let me just address this. For me, I hear INEOS are actually looking at bringing in coaching people to actually go with support and assist Eric Ten Hag. This is
Yeah.
something we've spoken about on this channel, and say they need not just one man. I feel like they need a coaching structure, like a
Bro,
case
they will
where
get the
Yeah.
coaches.
similar
We will
minds.
discuss that in the next stream.
Okay,
This
okay,
would be
okay,
this
okay,
stream will be
okay,
next week, guys, because
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
some
okay.
definitely.
information coming
Definitely.
out right now, not 100% concrete yet, but they have a few coaches lined up that Eric Ten Hag was also speaking to in the last week of his said vacation, apparently. But
He
there
was
was
speaking
some
about coaches.
he was speaking to some of his former assistant coaches and one or two prospects to come to join him at
Oh,
Man United.
brother.
So this is what the coach needed, bro.
Omo,
He needed
it's
assistant
not
coaches
all
who could play his
doom and
style.
gloom, bro. Omo, I'm
Calm
gonna tell
down.
you this.
Pep has
I'm
17
gonna be
coaches
leading
with
you.
him. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna be
And
leading you
Koglu have 15. Cool it.
I'm gonna be leading Omo to the promised land. I'm gonna make it my point of duty to make sure that I let Omo let go of all of the Omo. It's not all doom and gloom. What's the worst that? Let me ask you a simple question. What's the
Forget
worst
that
that
for
can
now,
happen?
bro. Let me go into the story real
Let-
quick.
let- let-
Because I
Yeah, yeah.
waited on this story for Dan
It's already
Ashwood.
Continue
So
doom
the
like
and
the
story.
gloom.
story is
Let
Continue
this,
the
Mark
right?
story.
So
go.
Dan Ashwood, guys. Dan Ashwood has had a secret meeting with the top executives at Wolves.
Wow.
Why is Dan Ashwood doing these things? Why is he leak? Why always these kind of information leaking from Dan Ashwood people?
Mark,
Anyway,
I
He
said
was
anyway,
just
schoolboy
CC
error the other
Roma
day. You were
Barada, man.
attacking me.
let me finish this article. Manchester United's pursuit of the priority sporting director target Dan Ashwood is at risk of suffering more complications following the emergence of
What?
details of a meeting he held with Wolverhampton Wanderers official. Ashworth has been on gardening leave since February, where he informed Newcastle of his intention to leave and become part of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's project at Manchester United. His employers didn't appreciate United's approach for the executive, nor his wish to abandon them in favor of joining the direct Premier League rival. Well, that's not true, but since then, the talks have been held with Newcastle and United in an effort to find a resolution to the matter, but they've so far proved unproductive. A recent report covered by the People's Person noted that the Magpies now want £15 million plus add-ons in order to let Ashwood circumvent his notice period and start working at Old Trafford immediately. On their part, United have offered a derisory sum of £3 million, as they should. As they should. There's a significant gap in valuation between two parties, and there seems to be
Oh.
no clear end in sight. Last month, Red Devils were rocked with allegations of potentially tapping up Ashwood while he's still contracted to
Okay.
Newcastle. A bombshell
Okay.
report from the Mail revealed Ashwood sent an email to Newcastle
I was
and
about to tell
Newcastle United address in the process accidentally disclosed he had conversations with Omar Barada, the man on track to become United's next CEO and Richard Arnold's long-term successor. It was alleged that Ashworth may have had confidential information about his contract with Newcastle with Barada. INEOS have now disclosed fresh particulars of a secret meeting Ashwood had with Wolves sporting director Matt Hobbs. That may also derail his switch to United. The outlet explains Dan Ashwood is understood to have had a meeting at Wolves' training ground after being placed on gardening leave by Newcastle earlier this year without informing his employers. I have learned that Ashwood met with Wolves sporting director Matt Hobbs at the club's Sir Jack Hayward training ground in March, several weeks after leaving Newcastle. The revelation
What?
that Ashwood met a senior figure at another Premier League club while on gardening leave could complicate an already acrimonious matter even further as Newcastle look to defend their position at an arbitration hearing. Manchester United sources insist that Ashwood's meeting at Wolves had nothing to do with them and that he was acting in personal capacity as his TJ's son is an academy player at the club. During his visit to Wolves, Ashwood also understood to have had a fleeting conversation with manager Gary O'Neill following a chance encounter. Well, that doesn't sound too much like a chance encounter. Sources at Wolves indicate that a sporting director, Hobbs, is not in the habit of having one on one meetings with the parents of academy players, as his main remit is the first team, although he's understood to have a good professional relationship with Dan Ashwood. Well, obviously, it's not about his son. You know what I mean? I know that United were privately made aware of Ashwood's meeting with Hobbs around the time Eric Ten Hag's side were linked to O'Neill. There are no indications that Ashwood was involved or was even aware of United's interest in O'Neill as a potential replacement for Eric Ten Hag. I mentioned that both United and Newcastle have been approached for comment regarding this matter. Bro, you know,
This
But let
guy
me
is.
let me
Mm.
go
I,
first. Let me go first. Let me go first. Somebody is paying somebody to damage somebody, right? That's how I say it. Somebody is paying somebody to damage. I don't want to call names here, but somebody, because of somebody is paying somebody, the media outlet, that's the somebody that's been paid to damage Ashford. That's how I say it. That's how I say it, because there's no what you just read. There's no case in it. It's just all speculation, just to make the guy look bad. I don't like for let's get it clear. I don't really see. I Dan Ashworth, is he my cup of tea? No. Is he my preference? No, right? But let's call it spade a spade. Somebody's trying to make this guy look bad than what he already is at the moment, and that's what I take from all of this. The man
so
clearly is been he thinks the way he's been dealt with Newcastle, right? By Newcastle, it's not the right way. He wants out. He respectfully put in his a request to leave, or whatever the resignation. They put him on gardening leave, and by what he said, once the report came that United were interested in him, um, Newcastle already
nice.
put him on gardening leave before he even went to make his intention known to them. So for me, I feel like they do it a lot. Somebody's being paid to make this guy look like an incompetent person, knowing fully, because once it gets resolved and Dan is at United working with for United, a lot of this report would come in. Oh, if he does something wrong, oh, this was how we leaked this. So it's just a way to make these guys to just put a dent on this guy's credibility, right? That's how I see it from a neutral point perspective. That's how I see it. Because if I'm going to go with my bias, I would say don't get this guy in, but nah, that's not what my brain is telling me. I'm dropping bias and say somebody is doing this to make this guy look bad. That's all I have to say.
Omo, what do you
I
think,
I
bro?
I agree with that. Like it's character assassination.
Yep.
It's like it's the same thing they said with the email leak. I'm like, bruh, ain't no one that stupid enough to use the same email 3 times, and they reported that same news 3 times. Like, he'll use email for
Yeah.
this and that and
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
I'm like, nah, you just character assassination. And I think because we do not Manchester United do not want to pay that 30 mil or that 10 mil, how long they're asking for is why they're delaying it, taking it to
20 million
arbitration.
something. Yeah.
I think they're just trying
Yeah.
to not pay that amount, and they're like they're gonna take him to court. I think they might just end up going to court and just settle for like 2 mil or 4 mil. Cause I think we
Yeah.
want to pay like 4 mil is of the
y-
initial
we
twin.
want to pay, because we want to pay 3 mil. I see. Let's not act like we we've not done business here or there, right? You want to do business, you want to pay a certain amount of fee. You have to go do your background check. You have to go like compare prices, right?
Yeah,
And see
the
what does.
background.
So you
Yeah,
have to do. These guys are. Let's not forget, Sir Jim is a billionaire. He didn't get to that stage by just dishing out or paying every price tag that was thrown his way. No, he had to do his business. So saying they want to pay 3 million because that's what they feel that they want to pay. Like the same thing we did with Southampton, and Southampton ended up giving. I wouldn't say giving because they actually agreed and they accepted terms and conditions. Everybody moved on. So this one in this case, somebody I don't like what is it Jack that just said it, right? Friedman, Michel, those guys we I know of their story. I know
yeah,
of
we
their
would have
their
got it
their
on. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, their track record, right? So I would those options would be those options might be my preferred, but let's just not make it look like because we don't like Ashworth or because we don't rate Ashworth is one of the worst person in the world. No, no, somebody is doing this character assassination, and yeah, and it's not a good look if you ask me. Does that deter United or the hierarchy to move away from it? I don't know, but I don't think they would want to do that because if they wanted to, they would have done so long ago. So it's a case of putting their foot on the ground, saying by standing by what they want. They might end up getting this guy for free without paying a dime. That's how I see Sir Jim. If Newcastle wants some money, they would come and they would have a negotiation. But if they don't, Sir Jim and his crew are willing to wait, bro. They are willing to wait
I
till.
agree.
Facts. Yeah.
And yeah, I agree with that. Well, I was gonna say something else.
Up to you guys, you know what I mean?
No, because but Mark, how do you see it, bro? How do you see? You don't think
I mean, like,
is a character assassin? I know you don't rate him. I know you don't
I
rate him,
don't
but how
rate
do you
him,
be
right?
neutral?
But you
Be
see, my
neutral.
thing is, I don't. At the same time, I just read the article, bro. Like, I
Hmm.
just put the was there. I think it was interesting based on the fact that like as much as I not going to call him incompetent, I actually do believe that he probably did send that email wrong. I think that it possibly did happen. I mean,
Hmm.
not saying that that's a make or break situation on his professionalism and his ability to be a good DOF. Shit
Hmm.
happens, and
Hmm.
you could type one thing and click twice by
Yeah,
accident.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's possible. You know, I mean, I don't think he would really be in talks with Wolves. Although if they had a conversation with him, I mean, I wouldn't fault him for that. He on garden leave. He not contracted to United. So if you speak to them, that's his personal business. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like me being it's like he being on gardening leave and maybe let's say I be on gardening leave under you and I decide to say okay or the up spot and decide to say have a time just a chat with Kenny Fan TV and just a regular sit down and maybe have over a coffee or tea and we're just talking and one of those photographers just sees us and just make up a story and make it like I agree with you when you say there's a possibility that he might have sent that email using the Newcastle his Newcastle account, and I agree with you because sometimes those things do happen, right? But it's like I normally say, this is my borrowed it from my dad. The heavens will not fall because you made a mistake, bro. The heavens won't
Exactly.
fall.
You know
So
what I mean?
the
I just
making a meal or out of all of this is just for me. You're going too far. If the man made a mistake, fine, but making it look like it's something that he does every now and again, bro. Like now you're attaching a regular, maybe a personal visit with somebody, a professional like himself. You're not trying to link it with what he's done before. This is where I draw the line. I'm like, no, 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 no. There's no case in that one. The previous one, yeah, there might be some case, but this one, it's all speculation right now, and it's not like I said, it's just to make this guy look bad. Maybe there was a truth in what he in the first report, but now this second report is just to further make this guy look bad. That's how I see it, bro. That is how I see it.
it's perfectly understandable, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, I would have preferred to get Paul Mitchell or get
Paul
Dougie
Mitchell was
Friedman.
actually,
I think it would
yeah,
have been
I
a
wouldn't
quick
mind.
deal. He would have been here already, already known what he needed to do and
Hmm.
already doing what he needed to do. So for me, for me, it's not about best in class. It's about top class. And when I say top class, everybody have a high
Top class
performance
is
level. Is working brackets or percentages for me. So if each one of those guys, all of them in the same bracket on the 90 percentile or 80 percentile success
Hmm.
rate, any one
Hmm.
of them would work for United because when
Hmm.
you put any one
True.
of them in the monster that is United. You know, the history, the heritage, the money, the fans, the pull, the brand. You know, you're empowering these guys to get the best in the world players that they probably couldn't get before for a lower club. So now it's up to them to utilize that all that clout and heritage to their best advantages. And this is what we didn't have for the last decade. We had men who was not, you know, they didn't think about, they was thinking about, you know, this player could help us sell kits. But they're
I
not
said
thinking
we
about
had.
they're not thinking about we could create this player to sell us
Mhm.
kits. That's the biggest
They,
Yeah.
difference.
we
Is
had
that is
we
that is
had
that,
men.
that perspective
Okay.
difference? So you had to
We
have a
had men
different
that.
kind of mindset to
Uh-huh.
be the elite. The elite don't say we gonna bring this guy to make us money. You know? We
No, no,
gonna
no.
bring this guy to make him a star that will make
Mm-hmm.
us more money. It's a
Mm-hmm.
different highlight because look at it like this. In my honest opinion, we don't need any player to sell kits. Our kits will sell regardless. It's 500 million fans. They will sell kits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody will have a
Yeah, they will.
favorite player. That's normal. You know what I mean?
Even
What we need
if
to
I
do,
sign for the club, if I sign for this United, if Admiral Drake signs, he would sell shirts
bro, you
because there'll be
selling
fun.
shirts immediately.
So
Nigeria sell off.
it's
Africa
just
sell
for
off.
so why when for me why when they do all of those shirts, I know they're businessmen, so it's like right now that's why I'm saying at this point in time, right, I'm just relaxed because now we have now imagine Eric Ten Hag going into or let's okay let me not call this name. Let me just say imagine the coach going into the office and wants to have a discussion with maybe let's say Wilkos now, and he's saying some footballing using some footballing terms, right? Wilkos could get it. Unlike the previous guys that be like, you know what, let's talk about this later. Let's just talk about this later. You know, I'm just,
Mm.
Wilkos could get it. When Eric Ten Hag is talking formation, he could get it. Even Dan Ashworth to some extent, he could. Even Omer Barada to some extent could get it. So
I
this is
mean,
what I've been
listen,
waiting
Omar
for.
these things.
Barada, a
And
proper
that's the guy
player, a proper person right
that's the
there.
guy I'm excited. That's the guy I'm excited about. That's
He
himself
comes
and
in July.
Wilkos. Yeah, himself and Wilkos are the two. I, those are the two consolation for getting Dan Ashford. For me, Wilkos, Dan
Yeah.
Ashford, and Omar Barada. So Dan is actually sandwiched in the middle. For me, yeah, Omar Barada
It's so
is one
funny.
of the
It's so
reasons why
funny
I'm so
that
excited.
those three are not here and ready to make a coaching decision. Oh, please bring it down, Ashore, so we can speed this up because we are so behind. Dan Ashore and
And
Omar
Dan,
Barada is needed. They're both needed. They're both needed with Jason
no,
Wilcox.
of course,
That
no, but
triangle
of
will fix
course,
everything.
no, but you bet. Let's not,
All
let's
this
not.
Blanc, Bracefield, in Jim Ratcliffe, just get out the way.
I
Get
mean,
out
No,
the
but
way and
look
let
at
those
this,
three
but
right?
work.
I gotta be real with you all, man, them, right? I think what we have will do a very good job if we get. I not going to be happy if we get Dan Ashwood for the mere fact that he is a fan favorite of Jared Southgate. Right? I don't care what nobody say. From the time he come into the club, I am watching him with a side eye because he would like to appoint Gareth Southgate. If you don't like that, if you want
he
to
has
say
to
I
I
be.
have
hope
a
not,
bias
man.
against Dan Ashwood, I telling you all now, I have a
Uh,
bias against Dan Ashwood already. I
he,
don't think
that's
he's best
jobs
in
for the
class.
boys. That's job
No,
for the
no,
boys. Is
brother, it's not a job for the boys. That's done. We don't want that at United no more, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Garrett Southgate, bro. I'm telling you all now. You see this here? If Garrett Southgate, I gonna finish this sleeve. It's gonna be like this big, real
It's
excited
done.
looking and shit, right? But if
All
Garrett
right.
Southgate come to United, I put in a big red X through this, bro. Either
let's
that or
address.
remove it. I'm telling you now.
This is why I
I'm telling
tweeted.
you
It's
This is
done.
why
now,
I
It's
bro.
done.
tweeted last week that I'm waiting for Euros, and once he get knocked out, he's coming to Manchester United.
Let
That's
me
exactly
let
what's
me
gonna happen.
let's let's address this J United question. He said he has a. I have a question. So if Mainu and Ganacho was playing in the Dutch league, you guys wouldn't want to buy them. I highly rate Jimenez. He's Mexican too and not Dutch. I understand. Jay, let me go first. To answer this question is that not the fact that we don't rate him, but for that price, bro. We,
Yeah, for
we
the
we saw
price, very much.
we
Yeah.
saw what was done with Anthony for that price that he was bought, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, facts.
Um,
every British media and their non would always bring that
okay,
to the table
hear this right.
whenever they're
Hear this
talking
right.
about.
Hear this right. For me, I just go and be honest, right? The price. I didn't want to. I wasn't going to mention Anthony, bro. I was hoping that he didn't mention Anthony because I find everybody mentioning Anthony. To start with, let me say that Anthony had a mental situation this season with his accusations over the course of 9 months
I'm not
from the
even talking
beginning of the
about
year
that.
last year that probably got resolved for Christmas, right? I write off this season with Anthony. I'm not holding this season against him. If others want to be mad at him for this season and criticize him, right? But let me be real. He only started 3 games this season, right? And the 3 games he started as a starter came after December, after in January, right? Before January, he started 1 game. He came on as a substitute in about 4 games, and then he was out of the team for 2.5 months, right? So let me leave Anthony aside. He didn't perform well last season. Just throw him aside, right? I think a player, whether they come from the Dutch league, the Italian league, the French league, I think if they have the raw talent and ability, it will shine through. If I certainly, whether the French, English, German, Dutch, Trinidadian, I don't care what country they come from, 70 million is real plenty money to pay for anybody. I don't
Yeah,
care if
that
it's a
that
striker, a winger, a defender,
that's
a
that's
keeper, I
that,
don't
that's
care.
the only reason why I won't take. That's the only reason I was saying 70 m's is just. I was only referring
It's
that
big,
one
yeah.
because 70 m's is big, and with the state that we're in, let's say we had the money, right? No,
Hmm.
Jay, let's say we had the money, the debts were cleared off, and we had the money to pay for the guy, right? Even at that stage, 70 m's is still big for me for a Dutch player. It's no disrespect,
Nah,
but
forget
70.
Dutch. Don't forget Dutch. It had no
Okay,
Dutch,
okay,
bro.
forget
For
Dutch.
any player.
70 m's is too big for that for that player. For me, even if we when we have the money. That's why I came up with the Neves. You guys remember I said Jao Neves. Do you guys think that 65 million? Because I know somebody said add-ons. I said don't put add-ons, just put the price
Well,
60.
I
Do you
said
think
add-ons,
60?
but what did I also say? I said the money is too much.
Yeah, you know, you said that. Say, but we don't want a situation where it goes one more season and we because now the thing is if you're good is 70 million now, right? Do you buy him now or wait for another year when the price goes up if he does well? So
You you
it's
buy you
it's
buy you buy him now because his release cost is around 60, 70
You know,
for
his
John
no
release
that's
Neves.
clause, bro, is 95 million, bro. Right? The
Yes,
problem is that he don't want to accept a renewal of his
new
contract, which means he
contract,
goes
yeah,
into next season as his last season at Benfica.
season.
yeah,
This is the
you
only
buy
reason.
him now, and
You're
you
right.
just
This is the
sign
only reason Benfica are willing to sell him right now for less
So
money.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if the question is 70 m's now, right? Do you pay? Let's say he did agree to extend his contract. Do you pay 70 million? If you know for true, if United know for sure that they want to get this kid, right? Like we did with Sancho, then
Mhm.
you'd rather pay the 70 million now than pay if let's say he accept new contract and go pay 120 next season. It doesn't
You
make
know.
financial sense to me. So you rather just if you know that that's the player you want, and if you can't get him now, you're still going to go back for him the next year, even if the price has increased, then it makes sense to get him now for the 70 million. On that ground, I would say it makes
True.
sense to get him
It
now.
makes sense.
But
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 as
if
you
you
now
if
say that about Sancho, bro, I just realized that, for a small country like Trinidad, I could say I had two players who was some of the highest transfers in United history. Dwight York was the record signing the time he was signed to United in the Premier League history. He was the record signing at 12.5 million pounds. And then Sancho was a big signing at 84 million pounds or something
uh,
like that. Oh,
Compos
nice.
70
I'm
million for a
enjoying this vibes
midfielder.
right now.
70 million for a midfielder that's going to be starting for 10 years is still Compos. That's why
When
I
you
put
put it
it
like
into
that, compost, I could agree
yes.
with that. But you see, just
But
remember how I looking at things right now, guys. And I keep saying this when I'm doing all these shows, right? We have like 10 more minutes, guys. So I'll let you guys, run out your
okay,
opinions after this.
okay,
But
10 more,
basically, it's
good.
like this, right? For me, I don't like pay. We don't have a big budget. It's how I looking at the summer. So I looking at players who could deliver with the potential, probably the same output as these players who rated for 70 or 100 million, whatnot, whatnot. Right? And we could get some players for a lesser price, like Zabi Simons. You could probably get Zabi Simons for 35 million pounds. And I would have liked to get Zabi Simons at the club since last season. I think he would offer something good for us. You know what I mean? So for me, I would try to sign as many players as I can within a range that have that potential and that quality that they could not only take the step up, but they could even take other further steps forward and be even better. You know, I don't
Look,
really like to sign players for big money and thing
bring
because I feel like
bring
you could
bring
always
Jay's
make a
comment
star.
up. Bring Jay's United comment. Would you pay 70 M's for Jay, to answer your question right
No.
there? It's a big NO with in all uppercase NO. See, that's the thing. Like what Mark is saying right now. If you have a player in the mode of a Bellingham that has the same skill set and attributes, and there's still in terms of progression and rooms for improvement, right? Bro, why not? And it's a cheaper. Why not just go for that? That's the thing that
You're
the
wasting money
likes
on Bellingham.
that's
Yeah,
the
I
thing. The
mean,
likes of the likes of Brighton, and we remember we were offered Julian Alvarez that currently plays for City. We said no. We were offered what's his name that plays for Liverpool, the Lewis guy. We were
mm.
offered the chance to get
Luis
Caicedo
Diaz,
for
Luis
five
Diaz.
mil for five
Bro,
million.
all
We
of them
said
fellas
no.
was listen. All ain't even understanding. When y'all mention that, you know how vexed I just get, bro. Because in January 2021, right? January 2021, we lose Mason Greenwood, right? To suspension, right?
Hmm, hmm.
Yeah,
Ralph Ragnick asked for 64 million pounds. Guess why he asked for 64 million
To
pounds?
buy, I think to buy 5 players or six
To buy
players.
7 players, my
Seven,
youth,
yeah.
right?
seven
7.
players.
You want to name those 7 players? Luis Diaz, uh, um, Julian
Vasco,
Alvarez,
yep,
Enzo
Guardiola.
Fernandez,
yes.
Guardiola.
Moises Caicedo,
Mm-hmm,
Gvardiol, right?
mm-hmm.
Gvardiol, right? Here the next part. Christopher Nkunku,
Nkunku, I know.
Benjamin Sesko.
Tesco as well.
And he
I,
said if
I,
he had
I
change,
think I
and he
think
said
he
if he
I think
had
he also
change,
wanted Lima.
he was
You
going to
wanted
get
Lema.
Lema.
Lima.
If he had
Lema
Lema, he
was
was
a
getting
free.
Lima.
Lema. So think
Lema
about
was
it.
a free. No, I think Lema was a free
60,
transfer. Was going to be a free transfer because he
60
was
to
moving.
64 million pounds, bro. 64.
That's my
Which one
that's
of
my
them
beautiful
players,
that's my
which one
that's
of
one of
them
my beautiful
players
glaze at
worth
the
more
time.
than that? Every single one.
Bro, like all of them now, you would have made like in the crypto world, we would have said you've made a more 1,000x on them right now, bro.
But
Bruh.
the thing is, all those players they will not be where they are today
Bro, they
if
might
they
be
came to
better
United.
off. They might
No,
be better
Not
bro,
off.
all of
bro,
them.
You see, people is
don't
look
use
at
the
this
word they
kind
will
of,
not
you
be.
can't look
It's
at
not.
it like
It's not a.
blanket like
Yeah,
that,
it's not
bro. You
black
No,
and
can't
white,
look
no,
bro.
at it like that, bro. We have
no.
a
That's why I
coach
said not
that
all
in
of
the
them.
no, but
Okay, not all
understand
of
why I'm
them.
saying
Yeah,
that
yeah.
though.
But
Each one of those players are young. Here the thing with that, and that is why I'm saying they would have been tops. Because we have a coach that in the world of football is one of the best at developing young talent. And look at the names I call my youth, my youth. Look at the names I just called. Which one of
Omo,
them
even
fellas you really think Ten Hag will get the best of? I think he was
oh no,
getting the best
Omo,
out of all of them.
Omo, Omo. Let's do it like this. Omo, I like what you said. Not all of them would have actually maybe gone out to do better, right? But look at this thing: 64 M's for 6 players. That's like what? That's like approximately 10 M's for. Let me just do the math. Approximately 10 M's, right? But we know
Nine
what.
M's a player. Yeah, 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's cool 10.
yeah,
10.
so if you get for 6 players, if you get even three rocking properly, right, giving you maybe 100x on your investment, that covers for
Yes,
the other three. That covers for the other three that didn't really do well. Because six, if you
true.
let's say we was reported that Caicedo was offered to us for about 3 to 5 M's, right? Let's say Caicedo
1 to
didn't really
3
do
M's, bro.
let's say Caicedo not really do well. The fact that he actually donned the United shirt would have given you back that 3 M's or even 5 M's.
And
Let's even put
yeah,
it at that. So it was. So
true.
these are the business. This is the reason why I say I like the fact that sporting guys are coming in now. Not just to look at the players for the see, if we have to buy a player for 70 million, right, it means that player is really needed, right? We've done our due diligence. We've actually tried to look for an alternative that would not give us the same thing. So that's what, like Ferguson used to do it, right? If you wanted a superstar
Yeah,
just to
you're
balance, we
right.
get it. Yeah, we get it. So I'm
Yeah,
not against
I
that.
don't want to ban a player. Wait till Omar Borado comes in. Wait
I'm
till
not saying
Omar
we
Barada comes in.
should.
No,
Bro,
I change. I know what you say. What
Omo,
everybody's saying is no, wait. What everybody's saying is making sense. Wait till Omar Barada come in. All these people in charge, I don't want them doing nothing.
No, like I
Blog,
agree with you. I'm
Bracefield,
waiting for
just
Omar.
get out the way.
Omar is my cheesecake. I'm just like, when you finish having your dinner, you're waiting for your dessert. Omar is what I'm just waiting for, because
you're waiting for
Yeah, pretty
cheesecake.
much.
And I go and tell all something or they go and hate me for right now. Everybody, right? All those, you just hear what Olmo say about Omar coming in, right? So you know you're excited for that. Olmo, you're excited for Omar Barada, right?
yeah,
Yes.
but
Right. I
I know
want
what
you to
you're
go
gonna
on your
say.
X profile, go on Omar Barada X profile, right?
Tenaga and Omar
And click
brother.
back Omar Barada X profile to November 2021,
I'm
right?
not looking. He wrote something about Ten Hag. I'm not looking
No,
at
no, no,
that.
no. I just wanted to know that the man who coming in was the man that suggested to Manchester City Ten Hag should be one of the coaches considered to replace how his name? What's his name?
Campos.
Pep
Pep
Guardiola?
Guardiola.
Right.
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
So you knowing
Let
this guy coming in here, he knew about this Ten Hag fella, right? And
Well,
he
we'll
willing to
see.
work with him because he was planning to
let
work with him
Mark
before.
Mark, I'm about
So I
to
But
just
leave.
wanted to
Let
let
me
you
before
know
I
before
if
I
hear
leave,
you.
let me address Smurf before I leave. Smurf, let's just make it look like this. Glazers still have the fight. Glazers
true.
have INEOS have 18 months to make. I think there's a window of 18 months if
Three
things don't
three
go well.
months. No,
3 months
3
left.
years. Is it? They have a 3 year plan?
In three
No, no,
years
I
plan,
have
I
no.
think.
No, I'm saying
In 3
I
years.
know the Glazers can buy INEOS off in another is it up to 18 months. I think about that. There's this 18 months window where if things don't go well, the Glazers can buy off INEOS and do whatever they want to do.
Yes, I
Now,
heard about that.
yeah, so compost and to actually maybe kind of lessen that fear for you or that concern. Glazers, we want to make sure that we want to give INEOS the room to do what they want to do. So it won't be said that, okay, they were the ones holding back INEOS from doing anything if it doesn't go well in the next, I think they've used 6 months already, in the next 12 months, right? Remaining, right?
18. Well,
So,
yeah, 12.
Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
But
so for me, I'm not really bothered about Glazers' finances. I think that Glazers will be like, you know what? We hit the rock bottom. These guys have come to bail us out, and there's a possibility that they could improve the thing and give us some money. But let's just watch so it's not going to be the Glazers that have been delaying processes from the past. I have this. It's just to just ease your concern. Don't take it as a gospel, but I'm just shedding my own thought and view with you, so you could actually see from a different person's perspective, right? So yeah, they would ease off. They would ease off on their hold and allow INEOS to do the thing, because at the end of the day, they
uh,
want productivity, and they want the club to actually be to get they see this as money making machine. So they want a situation where everything is working
Th-
perfectly, where they can
no, they
This
actually
is
don't
start cashing.
actually. But they
this
they
is this is
probably
why this is
recently
why I
realized that.
blame Ineos.
Bro, let me listen to me. The Glazers probably in the last year realized that they've been stupid. And I say not in the nicest way, right? Because any businessman who has 500 million loyal customers and don't give them what they want is stupid. He's foolish. They are foolish, right? If they had presented trophies consistently to the 500 million United fans, nobody can dispute me when I say we would sell an average of 500 million kits a season. Maybe not 500 million, but maybe 300 million. Let me say for the those who could average afford, maybe 300 million. But that's three quarters of 500 million. We sell somewhere in the region of 100 to 180 million kits per season, guys. And that's in all kit sales. That's not nowhere tapping into 50% of our fan base. You understand what I'm saying? And understand
Yeah.
when fans, and this is why I always tell fans, when you want to protest, don't be mad at match going fans, especially season ticket holders, because not going to a game is not going to change the price of tea in China, right? And when
Hmm.
I say that, I mean that the stadium could be empty for 6 games straight. It does not affect any money because the amount of viewership Man United does pay for the seats and the free seats. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Man United viewership is the highest, most consistent viewership of any football team in the world, barring Real Madrid. Only Real Madrid could compare. And when I say compare, it's a close comparison. It's not the same. So, guys, we need to be, when we talk about all
Mark,
these things, we
Mark,
need to be a little bit
Mark.
more understanding to
No,
this
Mark.
quantification and size of matter.
Yeah, Mark.
Now,
You have to take into consideration that some persons are fed up to the like they are done.
no.
They've
We're not
checked out.
talking about who fed up and who not fed up, bro. We're just talking about the general consensus of things.
Okay,
If the
okay.
Glazers want to do well, then what they need to do is bring success for the fans. Their
True.
business will boom. If they think this is a money maker, bro, it didn't begin to make the money it could be making yet, is what I trying
He
to say.
hasn't. Yeah.
United
I
could
get you. I
generate
get you.
2 to 3 times more money per season, just like
Then what
this,
is just? Yep.
if
Yep. I
we
agree with you.
winning trophies consistently. If the
I
football on
get
the
you.
pitch is amazing. This is why
Imagine,
the
imagine we were Man
minority.
City. Like we've been winning trophies, like City has been winning. No, I'm just saying. Imagine we've been winning trophies, like City has been winning trophies. Nobody will
Yeah,
stand.
bro, you would
Nobody
be
will
hearing.
stand.
You see the unbelievable
Mm,
1,000, 1,500% increase in profits they have. That
mm.
would be actually a realistic increase for us.
Increase. Yeah.
No, I'll be honest, bro. For
No,
our club,
I agree with you because
club
success
can
would attract
literally
we attract more viewers, we attract more sponsorship deals, we attract more, right?
everything more, everything more,
So
everything.
I have had this concern about the Glazers. Like I don't think they are businessmen, but I don't think they did it they went about it the wise way. Like what Yale is saying, is it Yale or Smurf right now?
Yale.
Like
It's Yale.
yeah, I think yeah, he's saying that they might be going to jail or something
Bro,
like that.
that 6 billion valuation was 100% cheap, bro. That's cost. That is bare minimum, bro, for Manchester United. Like, think about it like this, bro. Right? Chelsea is worth 3.5 million pounds. Chelsea doesn't even have 100 million fans worldwide. Man United has 5 times that. The closest club with followers to Man United is Real Madrid. Guess how much
Yep.
followers Real Madrid have? They don't even have, they have like what, 67 million or 87 million. Ronaldo closer to United than other football clubs. United have over 300 million followers, bro, on Instagram. That's double and triple what the average club in second place and us have. That alone is telling the magnitude of reach Man United have and why they're so attractive to sponsors compared to other clubs. So when other clubs, the only reason Manchester City could argue they're getting big sponsorships is because they're winning stuff. Same thing with Liverpool. They won the Champions League recently. Same thing with Chelsea winning the
Bro,
Champions League 2 seasons ago
I
or
have
3.
I have to, I have to go, bro.
Yeah, big up, bro. Big up
Yeah,
to
I
all
have
of
to
you
go
Big
as well.
up.
joining us. This was
I
an
have to go as
extra
well.
long one because it was initially supposed to be like 60 minutes. I kept Kenny up. He has to go to bed.
Yeah,
Big
I
up.
need to go
We're
bed.
gonna have
I have to go
Kenny
bed.
close the show with the last bit of words to say. Olmo, always a pleasure to have
Yeah,
it in here. We have a
yeah,
covering
yeah.
Copa America.
I probably will be making a video today about my hate for this manager.
No worries, bro. If you want, you could send me
Go
a
ahead,
link. I will
go for
join you. You know what I mean? But I go into the city like a little on this evening. Guys, I might be doing a little short stream. I don't know if it will work too well, but I'm gonna be down at the viewing party where they're having
Oh,
me
yeah,
in
yeah.
the city
Right, right.
for the Germany opening game. So I'll probably be walking around showing guys a bit of the fans there, a quick stream. So big up to all of you guys coming in. Thank you so much for all of
Big
you
up.
taking time to be here.
Mark,
Big up to you, Jay. And
are you going to have try to get a photo with Bruno Fernandez, okay?
bro, I going down there. I going down there during the week next week for that game. So I'll try to do it if I could get through. Bro, I'll try
Oh,
my
yeah,
best.
yeah.
Please.
Go for it. Yeah, yeah.
Because
Fine,
it's
fine.
I think they're either in Dortmund or they're in Leipzig. So
Mm.
it's during the week next week is when I want to try to go there. But I will see the Italy game first before I
Mm.
go to see the Portugal game. So You know what I mean?
Nice. That'll
Back
be
a big
nice.
Because
team.
I can't wait for the World Cup to come to Canada. So because I can't wait. These
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
opportunities,
yeah.
I can't
Nice.
wait.
Yeah, yeah. That'll be nice as well. Yeah.
Guys, I'll catch you guys. Big up everybody in the chat room.
Big up.
Big up.
Let's big up to
Take care
you
Big
of
too.
up, guys.
yourself.
Catch you all later. Hope you have a great day. You know what? Glory,
Please
glory, United.
don't be like the professor, okay? Try
Now the
not to be like
professor
the
going to be
professor.
happy just now. Once game start, this is my prediction, fellas. I'm going to tell you all now. Like I tell everybody last summer, we was going to lose 10 games this season. For sure, 10 Premier League games we was losing. I dreamed that. Well, here what's going on. I had a dream. And I dreamed that we win our first 17 games of the Premier League campaign. So when it happens, guys, right? You know, don't say I didn't say this now. The season hasn't
Yeah.
begun. But I just know that because of that dream, that fella above me, the professor, he going back 10 Hags
Oh,
better
you
more
see,
than I
see,
back
okay,
10
okay,
Hags.
okay. No,
Because the style of
I'm gonna tell you,
play,
Mac,
he's going to love it.
Mark. I'll tell you my expectation for next season. First or
Yeah.
second in the Premier League, Carabao Cup, I don't care. FA Cup, quarterfinals, and the Europa League, he has to win it. Yep, you get same expectation as Klopp. You want to
No,
compare
yeah,
this man to Klopp? I'll put him on the highest pedestal.
I,
No,
I,
you can't tell me
I
nothing.
I
You
think
can't.
he has
Mark,
to. For no, 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 Prof. I
Drex.
agree with you. He has to win I was gonna agree with you, Prof. He has to win what one did you
Win,
call now? The Europa
win the
League.
Europa
Yeah, he
League
has
and
to.
come
Yeah.
Europa League.
second or
Europa
first in
League.
the league.
No,
First or
No,
for
second in the
you
second or
league.
can't win
first, I
Europa
don't.
yourself. You see the
Oh
kit,
no,
you see
no,
the
no,
white
no.
kit. You see the white kit that they're making, the new third kit with the big Adidas flower here, the white one with the red and the black line coming through the side here. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it has
I'm
three
I'm
loops coming across,
Drex.
one
I'm
red, one
comparing
black.
to Arteta and Klopp.
You see that kit?
Oh,
That the
Yeah,
kit we
yeah,
go and win the
you're
the
right to
Europa League
compare
in.
him. Yeah,
Just remember I told you that.
Ateta finished 8-8-5. Klopp finished
no,
eight
no, no.
eight.
Wait. He's
Wait now.
8 8 second. They
No,
all
no,
finished second.
no, no. And Ateta did not finish second. Don't tell me that.
Ateta is
Don't tell me that.
85th, bro, you man.
At
I'm
eight
doing it.
eight
I'm doing it
five.
885,
for.
5885 is
Eight
588.
885.
Again,
885.
again, I'm only counting his first full season.
We
First
are
full
telling you the
season.
same. Okay, first full season 8-5.
5.
8 5. And
85.
what the other
No,
one?
no, it's 885. The first season when he win the FA Cup, they finished fifth. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
Wait
first
again.
season, yeah, they finished fifth. So they finished. Yeah, yeah, you're
it's
right, Mark. They
five and
finished
a
fifth.
half
The first.
seasons he there,
So
brother.
so
This
it's
is his
eight
fifth
eight
season
five.
coming into the
It
club.
is eight eight five.
8 5. It's 8 5 2.
No, 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 no. Don't push.
He
Don't
can,
see. Don't shift goalposts by your own
you
No,
terms
add
because
you
you want to
added
this
agree
is
with
you,
me.
his
you
sixth.
added
This is his fifth full season into the club coming up
Christmas
right
season.
Are
now.
you want?
Five.
It's
Are you want to tell me?
5.5 right now. Right?
Are you
It's
want to tell me? You want to
5.5.
tell me that Eric Ten Hag
It's
came here when
5
this guy
on the
was
point
no, no.
five, 8822. This next season here going to be his fifth full season at Arsenal, guys.
No,
Five
we know,
eight eight
we know.
five two two.
2-2. Yes, we know that.
Right?
Don't listen to. But you are right to
Four
say
full
whatever
seasons,
your
one half
expectation is.
season.
But if you want to use the metrics correctly, so we could follow.
Right?
okay. So he got to finish second and win the Europa League because
Yeah, now we bro. We
Klopp finished second and won the Champions League. Yeah, I
don't
don't want.
worry.
There's
We
no
winning.
excuse.
Don't worry now,
In
bro. Listen to me.
in his third
In
year,
my
right?
dream,
Yep.
I know for sure we was dominating the Europa League up until December. We was the dominant team in the Europa
we will
League.
be there.
We was there in the
We
Carabao
will
Cup.
be there.
And you know we're not playing FA Cup until January because we're the holders. So
We
we
will
can't
be
talk about the
there.
FA Cup. But going into December, we win 17 of the first 18 games, dominating in the Europa League. I don't know what happened after that. But what I could tell you is when that
In
happened, just
in
remember,
the
Olmo, you going to be Ten Hag again. You gonna be the biggest Ten Hag defender, bro. You gonna
No,
have a
no,
you
I'm
know,
not. I told you. I told you. I
you ever
don't.
watch Japanese
I
anime
to, I
and
no,
Chinese manhwa?
the
They
man
have
said doesn't
they
have
have
problem with
four
Eric Ten
major
Hag.
guardians, right? The dragon, the tiger, the phoenix, and the Zuanu turtle, which is for defense. You go
I will
be defender.
Mark. I will never be able to hug again.
You
And
know
then
what I'm
again,
saying?
my problem not with Ten Hag is with Ineos.
Don't
It's with
worry
Ineos.
now,
I don't care
man.
about Ten Hag. It's all
Don't
Ineos.
worry.
It's why I say. It's why I always say Glazer in now. Glazer in
Don't
all the
worry
way.
yourself. Don't worry yourself. Just remember, I
I
tell you what my
will.
prediction
I
is.
will.
What's your prediction, Sachiv? Any shocking predictions?
I don't have
If you want, you don't
predictions,
have
bro. I
to
don't have
rush. You
Yeah, I
could
will
predictions.
wait.
say.
You know, the
You could
Russian,
wait.
you could wait. You know, I just literally was dreaming about that the other night, and I just say I go and talk about it today. So I being honest.
Um, yeah, I actually had a thought process while I was watching
Wait,
the KG
Shasif.
final until
Wait to the
now.
window.
What,
Yeah,
what,
Wait to
yeah.
see who we
Just
bring in.
Wait to the
wait
window.
till they
Leave me.
see
Let me be
who we
crazy, bro.
bring.
Is that Trini? You know
Wait,
what I
Exactly.
mean?
Shashi, wait to
Let us be crazy and have a quick
no,
prediction. Me, I already have
no.
mine
I'm
already.
not joining them, bro. I'm not Shashi. I'm
Man,
not
Jack, stay
joining
on the
them, bro.
balance side. Let me
I'm
let
not
me stay
joining
safe.
them, bro.
You
I'm
know what I
not
mean?
joining them,
I
bro.
But
Because
just
if
remember, Jay is
go ahead,
saying Ten
Shashi.
Hag is
Go
one
ahead,
of the
Shashi.
best managers around. We agree there. You know what?
No,
But just
Sachif
um
wants
remember
to
what I
say
tell
something. Let
y'all.
Sachif finish. Let Sachif drop what he
yeah
wants to say. Go
yeah
ahead.
yeah actually for this season for this coming season I think top four should be the aim, and I would say we have to once again FA Cup we have to win it 100%. I wouldn't mind a Carabao Cup. Europa League, realistically, it's going to be slightly tough because I don't even know which other Champions League club could
None
like
can
drop
drop
down from
down
the
there.
No,
Cannot
Premier
drop
League.
in
they don't
longest
do that
time in the
anymore.
league. Once you're in
No
there,
one,
Oh,
no one
oh,
dropping in.
cannot just cross league.
oh, right. Yeah. So okay. So Europa League, I would say possibly semi-final. Premier League fourth. That's me being a bit realistic for now. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and then 25-26 season Premier League champions. Let's go.
All right. Big
Okay,
up for that.
now you guys are talking. Well, this is what I'm going. This is the only bit I'm going to say. I said this. If there was going to take Tenak out and bring in another manager, I was gonna give the manager his time, right? Even if he finished fifth or fourth, I don't care, right? It's the INEOS, like what I'm gonna agree with Omo here. It's the INEOS and the structure I am looking at. Because if they don't set up properly, whoever they brings in will still fail.
Yeah,
So
yeah, true,
that's
true.
that's the
Agree.
ground I'm standing on. But once the season starts, I see who we bring in. Maybe I could actually start nailing down some real expectation. But for now, if you like I wouldn't just change it because everything it's a reset for them. People might not agree with me, but it's a reset for them, whoever the manager is. If it was Tuchel, if it was Deserbi, but gladly it's Eric Ten Hag. Let's just see what Ineos backing would be, and let's take it up from there. Big up, guys. It was nice
Yeah, keep
chatting
Guys,
that
with you
going. Yeah, yeah,
guys.
I really
hundred
Big
was
percent.
up.
avoiding this one article. I didn't want to bring this into the show, but I just go and
Oh
posted
yeah,
it quickly
I
to
thought
keep
I
it
thought you brought
balanced
it.
and
Yeah,
keep
I
it
saw it.
genuine.
I saw it.
Mason Juventus are set to make a £40 million bid for Mason Greenwood. I
I
think it's
like
the
it.
worst possible idea that the club could be having to let this player go. He's a generational talent, and I think he's going to be one of the players in the next 2 years to win the Ballon d'Or. I think he's already has all the talent in the world. He's one of the best English wingers alive in this current moment. I don't think there's a better right winger in England than him. And I think we are making a gross mistake like we made with Pogba, or even worse this time. Because if we face Juventus, I think he's going to drop us up. At the same time, they are confident in reaching an agreement with Man United, although the deal is not considered to be imminent. Despite talks reaching an advanced stage, the
Good take.
Italian
Good
giants
take,
have
man.
appointed Thiago Motta as their new manager. Departure of Massimo Allegri. They finished third in the Serie A last season, which means they have UCL football. Bro, you know it is to watch you, Jamieson Greenwood bagging hat tricks in the UCL next season, bro, for Juventus, bro, against Man City and Arsenal and Liverpool and Aston Villa, bro. Nah, bro, I don't see that, bro. Anyway, this is the breaking news at the moment. But guys, thank you for joining me, and thank you guys for coming in. But at
Big
the
up to you,
same
man.
time, I'm going to set this last bit of news that's been breaking. You're going to hear a lot of people talking about it on Twitter in the next hour and a half. There have been reports coming out of Carrington that Eric Ten Hag is set to stop the Mason Greenwood transfer because he would like to reintegrate the youngster into the team, also allowing United to save some money in their transfer spend. And yes, he was tipped as the next CR7 at United. It's a real shame. But, maybe the new manager, with his new contract, maybe one of his fourth major key point is to keep Mason Greenwood. You know, we all know last season the entire squad wrote a letter state to the board stating that their willingness to support his reintegration to the team, although the fans did not acknowledge the team effort in this venture. Hopefully, they do the same thing again this season, and hopefully, Eric Ten Hag is successfully this season with his ability to stop this process and bring him in a reintegrational process. And hopefully, the fans could find it in their hearts to somehow forgive this youngster who has worked so hard this season in La Liga to prove to everyone he's still a talented footballer and still worthy of everyone's support. Guys, this has been my presentation to you. You know, thank you to the Professor Olmo, Kenny Fan TV, Sachiv, all the way from down
Big up to you
under.
guys.
It's
Big
after
up to you
hours
guys.
down there as well, and it's getting colder. And big up to my buddy
Yeah,
Drex
correct,
coming
correct.
in from Canada. You know how it is, guys. We hope you have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a little bit of live streaming down at the venue for the broadcast where they're gonna have the Euros in Germany, because as you know, guys, I'm in Germany. So stay tuned for more information. There's gonna be a lot more scouting news and transfer news talk coming tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8:30 a.m. UK time, as I try to beat the press and bring you the latest in transfer drama as the window opens at midnight tonight. Guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great day. It's been your boy, MarkN MUFC Fan. Don't forget to smash those likes and subscribe. If you have not been new and not been here, hit the notification bell so you can see when we're live. Don't forget to check out Kenny Van TV and D Hub Sports. That's where you can find my buddy Drex, who's always here with me. But definitely tomorrow in the morning, find me here, and you can get the latest in transfer news. Because you know I get it from Germany, as I also get it from England, and I get it from Europe, and I'm also getting information from South America. So guys, stay tuned. There's Copa America, there's the Euros. It's the summer. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy your times. Have a good day. Catch you all later. Love Man United. Hate the Glazers. And you know what it is. Glory, glory. Let's go. Oh.